We are back. Today, I don't have a face cam on because I went on a trip this weekend and I packed my face cam and I didn't put it back on my computer. But we're using a hard trick room team that did really well in the, what was it called? It was called the Champions Arena 2. This team got, I lost it. I had to scroll up to find the name of the tournament and I lost it. This team did like top 32 in the tournament. So yeah, it was run by Shinsuke Minami, and it utilizes a hard trick room setup with Vivian and Choreograph, with a King Gambit and a dual mega team with Camerupt and Mega ABOMASNOW. Basically, if the matchup is friendly to Camerupt, you bring the Camerupt, and if it's not, you bring the ABOMASNOW. It's really that simple. Let's go ahead and get into it. Life Orb Incineroar is also really cool on Trick Room because it just allows you to use a much more aggressive variant of the Pokemon. So yeah, if you guys enjoy, be sure to leave a like, subscribe. Let's go ahead and get into it. I got into the Champions tier off camera. Someone in the Scolipede video was like, why are you in Ultra Ball tier? You're making Scolipede look worse. And I'm like, because this is the second video I've recorded this season. And I didn't feel like laddering off camera. Let me ladder on camera, guys. Come on. All right. So looking at what we got here, this looks to be, it's a little bit of an iffy lead. Like, this is definitely just Perish. It's that Alola Ninetales Encore Disable stuff with Gengar. Choreograph is definitely my lead. However, I think it's going to be a Vivian lead as well, just to try to get the redirection going. Have to be really careful with Gengar. I would like to lead Incineroar, I really would. Well, how slow is the Incineroar again? I could lead Incineroar for Choreograph, actually. There's no real downside to that, so I'm going to go with that. Incineroar for Choreograph. For this team, I'm going to say it's better to go Camerupt. Final Mon. We can also go with, like, Base ABOMASNOW. Like, Base ABOMASNOW is not that bad in this matchup either, but King Gambit is a little safer. Let me think. I don't mind Base ABOMASNOW, to be honest. It does good enough damage. King Gambit just feels like it might be smarter. Nah, I'm going to go Base ABOMASNOW. Who knows? Maybe we lose the Camerupt early because I'm, like, horrible at the game, and we have to actually Mega Evolve the ABOMASNOW instead. Oh, yeah, we're on a 7-win streak, apparently. Nice. It's actually an excellent lead as long as it's not, literally just taunt Gengar. This should be perfectly safe. So let's go for the fake out into the opposing Incineroar. Trick Room up. And obviously Incineroar is capable of parting shotting out, so it's not like we can be trapped by Gengar. I guess the only way we could be trapped is if they throat chop us. That'd be really annoying. Or if they taunt us. But since I'm minimum speed Incineroar, it shouldn't really be an issue. Here's the fake out. And let's see what the Gengar goes for. What if it is Trick Room? What if they just reverse my Trick Room on me? Perish song? It's a weird turn to Perish, but yeah, okay. Alright. Now, these Incineroars are typically Protect, so I have to keep that in mind. My Incineroar can leave whenever he wants. I'd like to imagine Life Orb Incineroar still picks up the KO on Gengar with Darkest Lariat, but I can't be certain. So I'm going to Parting Shot there. Incineroar here, and attempt to Psychic into Gengar. Probably gonna go into a Protect, but it's not like it matters too much. Worst case scenario, Incineroar switches out for King Gambit, and I give it freaking, what, +3? But I'm really doubtful they'll go for that. Incineroar protects. Gengar is also gonna protect. All right. Well, if that's the case... Perish count fell to 2. Should really be proactive with my... I should have side parting shotted, to be honest. I'm going to go for the side parting shot into Farigiraf because I believe my Incineroar will be slower than it, or faster than it, rather. Oh no, they're speed tying. It's a little bit annoying, but... You know what? They do have a soundproof one is the issue. Yeah, I'm going to side parting shot Farigiraf. And we will just attempt the Psychic into Gengar. I'm going to assume that's going to be King Gambit, but just to be safe. Kamo? Okay, fine. That's actually fine by me. They're going to parting shot out. If they go King Gambit here, I'm actually a genius. I'm actually a genius if they go King Gambit. And it's looking like this might be a... Oh my god, wait, this might be a Blizzard play. Hold on, let me think. No, we do a pretty respectable amount of damage there. I think I could just... Yeah, to be honest, I think we go into our ABOMASNOW. That might be the play. Trying to think here. If I go into camerupt, I can Helping Hand a Earth Power into Kamo, and that's safe. That'll definitely just pick up. Farigiraf's Perish count is 1. You guys want to see something really freaky? They're just going to double protect here anyways. So, I'm just going to do this. If they're going to double protect anyways, or like... Okay, I could have Earth Powered. My bad. I thought they double protect. I was going for the Ancient Power boost. I was like, look, if they're gonna double protect, I might as well Ancient Power boost. And if I get this off, you know, it still helps a lot. Actually, it's incredibly good, but yeah, not great. I could have just taken out Incineroar early. Ancient Power. Nope, no boost. I just look like a moron. Does Kamo not run Protect on this team? I guess, let me think. So it's Clangorous Soul, Scale Shot, not Scale Shot, the Clinging Scales, and the other one. I can go Incineroar here. Flamethrower Protect, usually. Or Sphere. I do get Fake Out on the Incineroar, which is really nice, and I can just Earth Power right slot. Draw the Gengar, probably just Kamo. It's going to take a lot of damage here, though. Not sure how well it eats this. We have wasted our, like, entire Trick Room, though. My bad, guys. Alright, that does KO. Yeah, I would have been in a much better spot if I just played aggressively. I just figured double protect there was kind of obvious. There's the sneeze. I do have protect. It's not a bad play here. Do I sack ABOMASNOW? I don't think so. I don't mind just sending an Earth Power here, to be honest. Yeah, I don't mind going for Earth Power Flare Blitz because it's a Life Orb Flare Blitz. It's still going to do a ton of damage to Sneasler. Like, if they want to KO me, at the very least, I get, like, a KO here. Unless there's Shuka Berry, which, actually, yeah, there's a good chance there's Shuka Berry. But it's pretty winnable. Parting Shot. Okay, I'm just going to KO the Gengar, so no more Perish Trap. I really doubt Gengar eats this even at -1. It's a Sheer Force boosted Earth Power. Ooh, it does live. But I don't think it's that bad. I'm pretty sure I saw Ice Shard on this thing. I might be stupid. I hope it has Ice Shard. Truth be told, I just grabbed this team and started playing. Alright. Eruption's no good. Let me Earth Power right slot. Yeah, there is an Ice Shard. Bink. Yeah, I think that's game. I think we got him. I think we just stole that game. Because Incineroar certainly doesn't win this. And bro does not eat this hit. Cool. One of the most goofy games I've ever played, and yet we still somehow managed to come out on top. No Trick Room necessary. We just had to make them waste some resources, I guess. That Trick Room was sheerly just aura farming. Like, ooh, I go first. Doesn't matter, though. You left a full health camerupt against an Incineroar. I definitely 2-hit KO you, and I don't think you 2-hit KO me. I'm a freaking camerupt. They built these things for tough. Ow. That did a decent amount of damage. I'd still be surprised if Lariat 2-hit KOs. Flare Blitz. Oh, they don't even have Lariat, dude. Because they have Protect. It's Fake Out, Flare Blitz, Protect, and Parting Shot. Alright, good game. We got away with that. No Trick Room necessary, I suppose. The most clutch Ice Shard of all time. Alright. Gamer Moxie boosted proceeds with the 8-win streak. 6-7. I'm so tired today.
This channel is partnered with GamerSupps. If you want to support my work and get great tasting drinks, you can order GamerSupps through my link in the description down below or with code MoxieBoosted at checkout for 10% off. GamerSupps is a caffeinated product that I recommend only to my 18+ viewers, but my link will send you to their caffeine-free product section just in case. Every product purchased through my link supports my channel financially, so I'd really appreciate the support. Now back to the video.
All right. Ooh. Mega for Alligator. Yikes, that's a little scary. Little scary. Vivian can also redirect my attack, so I can't sleep things. Could go for the Hurricane. Not sure if it one-shots. Let me think. I'm assuming into me, they'd probably feel much more comfortable going with not the Delphox lead. I think they're more comfortable going with for Alligator, so I have to play around that. That means I bring a ABOMASNOW, which is kind of a risk, but we still have Life Orb Incineroar, so it's not that bad. I'm kind of down just to lead off with... that's a little scary. Don't want to lead Incineroar, because that could be really bad in a Gambit. I actually think I just straight up lead Vivian and I bring a ABOMASNOW and Incineroar. It's gonna be a weird match. Hello? Oh yes, let's just look at the floor for a second here. Frigoref can Gambit, thank you. That's basically exactly the lead I was hoping for. They could try to reverse my Trick Room, which would be a little bit annoying. But I should be able to just sleep the King Gambit and go right into Incineroar. They could also imprison me, but I think Sleep Powder go Incineroar is pretty safe. Because I'm going to give it the boost, but it won't be able to defend itself. Sleep Powder. And if they're going with this, I'd like to imagine that I was correct and they went for Alligator in the back, which is going to be really nice for a ABOMASNOW. We don't hit it for super effective damage, but we do take the hits pretty well with the snow boost to our defenses, and Blizzard still does a lot of damage. I just prefer that matchup rather than bringing camerupt and worrying about Aqua Jet. Like, we do have a Fergraph, but they can play well, you know? Alright, there's the Defiant boost. Let's just put him to sleep. Cool. And that should be a pretty free Flare Blitz. Let's see if... they might even just put the Trick Room up. Hyper Voice? That's fine. We'll put you to sleep. Ow! Hello? Was that a double crit? No, it just does that much. Okay, let's try not to get the turn 1 Wake. That would suck. Sleep Powder into Farigiraf. I could Rage Powder as well, but I think Sleep Powder is just better considering the damage we just took. Delphox. Okay, no for Alligator. Flare Blitz should still do a respectable amount of damage. It is Life Orb. That's a 2-hit KO. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous damage. Don't know if I eat the hit now, though. That's a little bit bad. However... we can go for the Heat Wave. Ooh, I might just be goobed. I might just be goobed. We attempt the Lariat. Probably fail. And... go for Protect. That's definitely not Ice Shard range is the issue. I guess I have to dodge a Heat Wave here. Yeah, that crit on the Incineroar was a little unfortunate because Heat Wave's gonna hurt. I really doubt we tank. Maybe. It is an Incineroar. Nope. Oh my god, it tanked. Alright, well. Bye-bye. I guess I should have Flare Blitz just in case they wanted to double switch. Like, it's still KOs, right? It's a little concerning that I am losing Incineroar this early, considering how integral to my strategy it is. Go ABOMASNOW here. And I do have Earth Power, which is nice, but... you know, there's Sneasler. I don't mind just raw clicking Blizzard here. Because at the very least, I'll be able to attempt a Hurricane. I'd like to imagine it's White Herb and not Focus Sash. We do have the Snow Boost, so we'll eat a Dire Claw pretty well. All things considered, of course, but, you know. Still super effective. There's the Fake Out. Alright. Hopefully this Hyper Voice doesn't crit me. Because Trick Room looks really good here. Alright, 2 KO on both these guys. Nope, never mind. Farigiraf has a Citrus Berry. I'm gonna make a hard call out here. And hope that they set Trick Room up for me. Because they know I can just protect in Trick Room. I can't protect my ABOMASNOW is the issue. Let me think. I can't Helping Hand either. I just have to protect, which is really funny, because if I Helping Hand, then they can actually possibly get KO'd, and I need them to set Trick Room for me. Alright, I think I got it. They Hyper Voiced. Okay. Not what I was hoping for. Helping Hand would have been much better then. I could have just set with the Trick Room. That's so goofy. Alright, Farigiraf lives. Here's the issue. I totally dropped a Dire Claw. I totally dropped a Dire Claw. Here's the thing. And I need you guys all to know that I recognize that there's a Farigiraf on the other side of the field. The only win con that I currently have, since I was hard calling out the reversal on the Trick Room, which they didn't do for some reason, is I have to just full send an Ice Shard into the Sneasler, hoping they just switch out Farigiraf for no reason, and go for the Trick Room. I fully acknowledge that there's an Armor Tail. I just need you to know that this was the play. I have to play for them hard misplaying, so. Alright. What? I don't have Protect, man. Don't tell me I could have Trick Roomed again. Don't tell me I could have just Trick Roomed again. Okay, I couldn't have. I was gonna say, like, imagine if they just, like, didn't KO ABOMASNOW there. I'm like, there's no way. Alright, we lose that one. Yeah, we lost because I definitely overpredicted. I was hoping that they would just, you know, reverse the Trick Room, but maybe they don't even have Trick Room on this thing, which is weird. I'd imagine they have Trick Room, but unfortunate. All right. Yeah, if I just Trick Room the turn before, that was probably just a win. All right. Ooh, Rain. It's actually the hybrid Rain team, so not a great matchup, frankly. Frankly, not the best matchup for this team. You could make the argument for ABOMASNOW here, and I would argue that, yeah, it is probably the better of the two options. It's just not good, is the issue. It's not good any way you slice it. We should lead off Incineroar Farigiraf. Bring the ABOMASNOW and then final Mon King Gambit. This is a pretty dire matchup, truth be told. Mr. Charizard. Okay. I do have a Trick Room. I can just fake out Trick Room here. If they Weather Ball Farigiraf, it should live. At least I'd imagine it would live. It's weird not to calculate Farigiraf to live a Weather Ball. Yeah, it's totally living a Weather Ball. Wait a minute. Okay, sorry. For a second, I thought we had Speed Investment, which freaked me out. Let me just double check I clicked my moves right. Fake out, Trick Room. Draw on the Charizard. They go into Arch. I think Psychic picks up Venusaur. I'm not sure. I have to go for it. I got a Parting Shot the Arch too. Parting Shot Arch. Go for the Psychic. Don't have a ton of special attack investment, but I'm hoping it KOs. I mean, that fake out did a huge chunk to Venusaur due to the Life Orb. They're going to withdraw, probably Pelipper. Yep, no biggie. No biggie. Let's get out of there. Get a pretty nice Psychic in. And let me think. We could attempt the Swords Dance. But I think ABOMASNOW is just a lot more proactive. Because I can just Earth Power. Special defense drop. Does the next one KO then? Next one could KO. ABOMASNOW is locked. I really like that. I could Helping Hand the Earth Power and just secure an easy KO. But I could also just Blizzard. Because it's not like our Chaldon does much damage. And it's pretty unlikely that Pelipper wants to. In case it's like Citrus Berry, I have to do this. It's unlikely that Pelipper wants to go for Wide Guard here. I think it'd rather just try to eliminate ABOMASNOW as soon as possible. So I'm actually pretty willing just to Helping Hand and just call out that they're not going to Wide Guard. It's better to Psychic. Just in case. They do have a split F drop. Yep, there's the wide guard. That's why Psychic was a little smarter there. Ooh, it did live. And it is Citrus Berry. Electro Shot shouldn't do too much. A lot of special defense. Yes, okay. And here, I'm actually very confident in the Blizzard. I don't think they would wide guard here. I'm gonna go Incineroar and just Blizzard. Because if anything, the Pelipper switches out and I get huge damage. Yep. Gonna get big damage on the Charizard. Nice. Charizard should be Darkest Lariat range. In fact, I think most things on their side of the field are now Darkest Lariat range. So, I can just go for that. Special defense drop kind of sucks, but like I said, Zard's likely in range. Let's go King Gambit. Lariat. It's a Life Orb Lariat. It'll pick up. If we can get a special defense drop from this Flash Cannon, that'd be awesome. Looks like nope. We're gonna go into Pelipper. That's fine. Let's see if they protect. Sun goes up. That thing could also be Sucker Punch range is the thing. Have to be a little... Yeah, they just forfeit. I was gonna say, like, they're kind of getting, like, moved. They're kind of getting schmooved on. Even with the Trick Room ending. It's not looking great for them. Alright. Not a terrible showcase. I mean, we only got 3 games. I wish I could have gotten more. But unfortunately, I have to head to wrestling. And I'm running out of time, so... I will see you guys in the next one. Sorry for the shorter video today. I'll try to upload more. My bad. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.